Man versus machine. In this video, we're going to compare a track that I had professionally mastered by a mastering engineer who's top of the game, and we're going to compare this against a bunch of online mastering services that boast AI technology, and we're going to do this in a complete blind test so we don't know which track is which. Now, the two online services I'm going to be comparing this against are LANDR and Waves Online Mastering. So the basic gist with LANDR is you upload a track and you can choose between different styles of warm, balanced and open, and then you can choose between your loudness, and they have a volume match button which allows you to listen to the track and flick between the original and mastered version without being deceived by the loudness. And then all you have to do is hit create, and then once it's done mastering your track, you just download it from here. So we jump over to Waves Online Mastering. So all you need to do is upload your mix, and then you'll be able to listen back to the mastered version here. You can flick between the original, and then you can also select volume match like on LANDR. You can also upload a reference track, and you can do this on the LANDR site as well. And that means the AI technology is going to listen to the reference and try and match the sonic characteristics of that and apply it to your track. And then you've got your styles to choose from: precise, organic, and elevated. You can add some tone, so depth is going to add a little bit of low end and a little bit of weight to the mix, and presence is going to add some presence. So we're just keeping it simple with a precise master from Waves Online Mastering. And then you just hit create. So there was a couple others I wanted to add to this, but a lot of them want to lock you into a subscription. Subscriptions are a pretty big deterrent to me, and I think a lot of those other services would do well to copy LANDR and Waves and allow you to buy credits and individual masters rather than signing up to a subscription. So what I did do was use Ozone 9 and did the master assistant, and I just let that create a complete master for me. So I know it's not really an AI technology in Ozone 9, but it is sort of automated and it is listening to the mix and it's choosing to make choices that are not made by a human. So we're going to chuck it in there just to have one extra comparison. And I got my wife to come down and relabel all the tracks for me so I don't know which is which. And then I've just chucked them back into the session. And now this is a completely blind listening experience. We're just going to listen. We're going to compare it to the original mix so that we have a bit of a control to come back to and see what the mastering has done. And hopefully they're fairly level matched. We'll find out soon enough. So to start with, I'm going to play you 30 seconds of this track. This is a song that I wrote and recorded, and I had it mastered a couple of years back, but then I just never released it. So I thought this is a perfect opportunity to put some use to it and have a bit of fun with it.
Get in the car, let's go right now and leave behind this town. We're burning bridges down as we drive away from here. Set me free, I've been trapped inside a memory.
So there you go, there's the track. So let's have a listen to our first master, Master A.
Get in the car, let's go right now and leave behind this town.
So you can hear there's a lot more presence in this track. There's a lot more air on the vocal. The drums are a bit snappier sounding.
Drive away from here.
I don't particularly love the way it's brought out presence in the vocal.
Drive away from here.
Makes the vocal sound a little bit brittle.
Set me free. I've been trapped inside a memory.
So it's pretty bright. Definitely had a lot of air kind of boosted into this track. Like, it sounds nice and detailed. I just feel it's lacking a little bit of the warmth that the original mix had.
Set me free. I've been trapped inside a memory. Wasted years. We're not the same as we used to.
Like, it is a nice sounding master, but verging on the point of harshness to me with just too much presence from kind of like 8K upwards. Let's keep going. Let's listen to Master B.
Get in the car, let's go right now and leave
This one sounds kind of odd, like there's kind of like too much upper mids, like it's, I don't know, it's funny. It's like the high end's more rolled off on this one, but then like the upper mids like 2 to 3K are kind of being pushed.
Set me free. I've been trapped inside a memory.
Chorus sounds a little mushy, like we've lost a bit of detail. I liked hearing the hi-hats in there. This has seemed to have like subdued the highs a little bit. Like the mix feels more open to me, which is what I like the sound of. This feels like kind of nasally sounding. So not a huge fan of this particular master. Master B is definitely one of the online versions. I'm just not sure which one yet. So we'll keep listening. All right, Master C.
Get in the car, let's go right now. And leave behind this town. We're burning bridges down.
This is sounding pretty good to me so far. It feels the most true to the original. It's been processed enough that it feels like it's kind of flattering the mix, but it's not boosting it too far away from what was originally there. Let's check out the chorus.
Set me free. I've been trapped inside a memory. Wasted years.
I really like this. I think it sounds nice and smooth. It doesn't have any kind of annoying frequencies jumping out. It's not harsh. It's not overly bright. It still has the kind of like nice airy top end that I want to hear, but it's also kind of being thickened up a little bit. Some of those upper mids are tamed, and I think it's like making the low end feel a bit bigger and thicker as well. So if we compare that to Master B,
Burning bridges down as we drive away from here.
Master C sounds way better to me. It's just like way more natural. Master B has some weird hyped frequencies going on.
Burning bridges down as we drive away from here. Set me free. I've been trapped inside a memory. Wasted years.
Master C sounds the most natural to me, flattered in the right places. Let's check out Master D, and then I'm gonna sort of share my thoughts on which one I think is which.
Get in the car, let's go right now. And leave behind this town. We're burning bridges down.
This one sounds pretty cool as well. It's sort of a little bit more dramatic than Master C. Like the low end feels a little bit bigger. It's got kind of a bit more of a scoop to it, a bit more smiley face. You can hear that like the mids have been kind of pulled back a little bit in kind of like nice places. It's not sounding weird and unnatural.
Get in the car, let's go right now. And leave behind this town. We're burning
Kind of cool, making the toms sound really thundery. So compare that to Master C.
down as we drive away from here.
It's a hard call. I like the more natural sound of Master C, but I also am enjoying sort of like what's been hyped in Master D. Let's have a quick compare between all of them.
Set me free. I've been trapped inside a memory. Wasted years. We're not the same.
So overall, I kind of feel like Master C and Master D sound the best to me. They're the most true to the mix. They kind of hype the right things without going too far. Let's kind of compare again, but maybe over a different section of the song.
But I don't feel alive. When was the last time that you looked into my eyes? I'm here, but I don't feel alive. How many times must I watch myself
dramatic actually when you kind of skip through that section there. It really brings out the differences in all those masters. All right, so I'm going to take a guess at which ones I think are which. Now, I'm going to start with Master B because Master B sounds pretty bad to me. This is the worst of the lot. And I'm pretty sure that this one is Waves. I'm going to take a guess that this is Waves online mastering. It just feels like it's hyped all the wrong things in this mix, so not really digging Master B at all. Master A, I'm pretty sure that this is our mastering engineer. It's got a really nice, sweet, detailed sound about it, but it does feel like it's been pushed maybe a little too far, a little bit too much air has been pushed into the track, and now it's just feeling like it's lost a little body. I honestly feel like if you just dialed the air back a little bit, that would be quite a nice master. I'm going to take a guess that Master C is LANDR. It's got a pretty nice balanced sound about it. It hasn't been taken too far away from the original mix. Master D, I'm going to say that this one is Ozone. And yeah, again, this one sounds pretty good to me. It just has a little bit more kind of scoop to it, which makes it sound kind of nice and big and exciting. It's a hard choice for me between those two, but I think I would go with Master C. I feel like when we listen to all the different sections, that one sounded kind of the best to me and the most true, whereas some of the other ones are just a little too hyped and sort of brings out things that I didn't like as much. So if you guys want to join in the fun, maybe pause the video now, write down which ones you think are which, and then next week when I release the next video, no, I'm just joking. I'm going to tell you the answers in about 2 seconds. So pause the video, put your answers down, and then I'm going to reveal it all. Okay, so here are the answers. I'm going to take a quick look now, and I'll let you know what's what. Okay, so here we go. Master A is our mastering engineer. Master B was Waves Online Mastering. That one was pretty obvious, I think. And then Master C was Ozone. So, that's so funny. So I do think that the mastering assistant in Ozone can actually be pretty decent sometimes. It can give you some pretty good results to start a master off of. And then last but not least, Master D was actually LANDR. So pretty interesting. Out of all of those, I preferred Ozone the best. So even against like a top tier mastering engineer, I actually prefer the sound of the Ozone master. And I think that's just to the point that it stayed fairly true to my mix. And I think that's something you got to be careful with mastering, is sometimes you can push things a little further away from the mix because you think it sounds better, but ultimately it can sometimes be better to stay true to the artist's vision and just lightly enhance things and just sort of sweeten the track up. And as I said before, I think that Master A could be a really nice master with just a slight little bit less of air in it, and that would make it sound pretty sweet to me. So our mastering engineer got the loudness to -8 LUFS on the short term and -9 on the long term. The Waves Mastering Online got it to -8 on the short term and -8 on the long term. So that's kind of the loudest master we have here. And then a little bit quieter with Master C. This is our Ozone master, and he got it to -9 on the short term and -9 on the long term. And then our quietest master of all was the LANDR master, which was a -9 short term and a -10 long term. So overall, they're fairly similar. When you listen to them, it's not a big jump in volume, but we can see the loudest one was Waves, and it was also the worst sounding one. So whether there's any correlation between that or just the fact that, you know, the EQ and choices of things to boost and cut were kind of weird on that one. So, you know, I'm not really one to advocate for going and using an online mastering service, and this is not a sponsored video in any way. This is just something I've done for a bit of fun to kind of compare this stuff. And I would say, you know, it is kind of interesting. Like, if you want to try this out, go chuck a track up there and see what results you can get from it. You know, I still definitely prefer the human touch of mastering. I don't know. I think there's just some things that are sort of like better left to the people. But as you can hear, it's not too bad. Like, it is getting better. I remember the first time I used LANDR and I uploaded a track and was just like, this is terrible. It's probably sounded closer to like what that Waves master sounded like. And I was just like, never using that again. But it's definitely come a long way. Like, Master D was not too bad. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you want to support this channel in any way, you can hit that super thanks button below, or you can go to my website, which you'll find in the description, and you can check out my range of drum samples and mix courses. Any of that is a big support, and it really helps out the time that goes into making these videos. If you're keen to stick around for another video, check out this next one coming up. We're going to take you through gain staging and whether it really matters.